Ladies and gentlemen, the Secret Service is blocking a typical arrest, or at least an arrest with handcuffs. They are currently working with the NYPD and perhaps other law enforcement agencies for a polite and a more dignified type of situation where he'll be booked, there'll be fingerprints, maybe a mugshot, and I talked about that yesterday, but there will not be a walk with him in handcuffs. That's not going to happen. No handcuffs. Ex-prosecutor says Secret Service NYPD could arrange polite Trump surrender. Now, you have an obvious double standard. Anyone looking at this saying, well, this is the rule of law, is not only naive, very likely disingenuous, and doesn't realize that there is criminal behavior with Hunter. Elon Musk and others have looked at Hunter's laptop. There's an endless list of crimes there within that laptop. Not just kickbacks or pay-to-play schemes or quid pro quo, like a whole lot of other crimes. Okay, narcotics, a whole lot of other crimes. And of course, you don't have law enforcement agencies in Democratic run cities going after Hunter. You don't have the Honorable James Comey going after Hillary Clinton. He said that no reasonable prosecutor would indict. You can watch the short on this channel of the Honorable James Comey. There's 30,000 views. And, no reasonable prosecutor, he says, although laws were broken, although there were violations of the statutes pertaining to the handling of classified data. Okay, there were no violations with Trump. He didn't have servers siphoning out classified, top secret, and special access program intelligence like Clinton did. So, and then you have Joe lying about working with Hunter and his business associates. That's a crime there. And if there's a rebuttal saying, well, there's no crime, you can't prove anything, you can't prove that Trump committed any crime here. They indicted him because they despise him. This is not a crime. The FEC itself didn't even want to look at this. They had a chance to look at it and they tossed it out. They said it wasn't a crime because of what you see below within the description now of each of my segments. If the law states that if it is a personal expense, it's not a campaign finance issue. If it is directly impacting the 2016, then that's an issue. But you had Clinton, buying the Steele dossier, saying it was just legal advice, not explaining it was directly involved with the campaign, and getting a fine for it. And then you have Clinton with private service. And I think Hillary Clinton will be the 24 nominee. I think it'll be Trump and Clinton again if Georgia and Arizona Republican parties, once they realize that this isn't about Trump, okay, the Republicans like Paul Ryan, the Never Trumpers, the Lincoln Project shouldn't rejoice with this because first it's Trump, then it's Paul Ryan or DeSantis or any other Republican. Okay? You'd have to be the greatest fool on planet Earth if you're a conservative, never Trumper, and you think this is only stopping at Trump. Democrats, media have, and, tens of millions of wonderful, highly educated, morally superior, liberal Democratic voters have no problem leveling state and federal government prosecutors against their political rivals. They have been doing so desperately. Now, I am wondering where the prosecutors in a red state, in a city that is run by a Republican with Republican prosecutors, I'm wondering when they're going to indict a Democrat, a high-level Democrat, or investigate for, 7 years now. Okay, you have Arkansas, red state. I don't see them going after the Clintons. And so you say, well, the Clintons live in New York. Okay, Trump lives in Florida, and Georgia prosecutors, Democrats, are going after the Democrats in Georgia are going after Trump. So you have private servers that were deemed just a inadvertent. It was a mistake. There was no intent. How do you unintentionally own servers that siphon top secret data? It is not even physically possible. The Honorable James Comey never explained how Clinton was able to transfer that data. It is not possible to do so, and it is a crime. That's for 4 years, by the way. And again, Hunter, there are endless crimes there, financial crimes, everything from narcotics to a whole bunch of other crimes. So you want to go after Trump? Everyone knows that it's going to be just political, has nothing to do with the rule of law, and the people who call Trump a narcissist, they're the greatest narcissists in the world. There's no greater narcissist than to convince yourself that your unjust or that your wicked behavior or that your petulant, malicious vitriol is done in the name of justice and democracy. Okay? This happened in 2016. The FEC didn't even look at this, and hit subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen, right now. Go to hagoodman.com to read my writing in The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, Jerusalem Post, The Federalist, and other publications, and become part of a newsletter there. And also, ladies and gentlemen, my super thanks is below to my Patreons, my new Patreons. Thank you. If you want to support my work long term, my Patreon's below. I should have a live stream tonight or another upload. But ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to be an arrest. The Secret Service is going to block and act like an arrest that you would, that is going to be sensationalized. It's not like you're going to see somebody with a perp walk. And a great many Democrats have engaged in this delusion. They've deluded themselves. They've deceived themselves into believing that Trump is the epicenter of criminality. And because they've done so, they've disowned friends and family. You know the type of individual. They're morally superior as they ignore the Hunter and Clinton and Bill Clinton and Anthony Weiner and all the list of Alec Baldwin. You see what he accidentally ended someone's life, and then you have another. I believe someone related to him making the most outlandish statements on Twitter. It's like, well, Alec Baldwin ended someone's life accidentally, and they're still talking. So, Hollywood's gonna rejoice. But see, the thing is, the average Hollywood director and producer has probably committed I wouldn't say the average, I would say a great many Hollywood directors and producers have committed far more serious crimes than Trump ever did. And these are the types of people who will rejoice with Trump. You have to understand, look, you have an actress, you have a convicted felon in Michael Cohen, who was defending Trump before his own tax issues. You have Democrats in New York who were desperate. They couldn't see. Everyone knows, even people in New York, even Democrats know this is political. They don't care about the rule of law. And by the way, do not protest. Okay, I've said that a million times. Don't protest. Do not protest. There's no point to it. Only Democrats can protest, and you have a CNN reporter with a building in flames behind him saying, well, it's fiery, but mostly peaceful. Okay, that one day in January it was terrible, but they've ignored $1 to $2 billion in property damage, 14,000 arrests, 19 lives lost, thousands of law enforcement officials that summer, curfews in every major city. And I agree with why people were demonstrating, but I don't agree with the absolute chaos and mayhem an entire summer. Billions and billions in property damage, lives lost, all of that. 14,000 arrests and thousands of law enforcement injured. And it's like, to Kinzinger, there is no tear shed. It's just, it happened, and but they live in a very deranged, like, people who despise Trump to the point where they would rejoice with this. they don't realize it's only going to make him stronger. He's only going to gain more votes because everyone on the planet knows it's political. It's nothing, literally nothing to do with the rule of law, because the FEC didn't find it to be a violation of the law. Democrats who know that impeachment is ahead, they know that more bank runs are taking place, they know that Biden's approval is in the tank. They can't defeat, Trump is already defeating Biden, and you watch. There will be poll numbers showing Trump defeats Biden even after indictment and arrest. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. Be here in a couple of hours. Thanks, everybody.